Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Golden Bachelorette spoilers. Does Chock go home this week? Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is well on her way to finding love again. She has some incredible men who are getting to know her better. One of those men is Chock from Wichita, Kansas. He was the lucky man who also got the first one-on-one date with Joan. They had a blast together at Disneyland. Things between seem to be great, but now for the upcoming episode preview. It looks like Chock leaves. What happens? Keep reading to find out all the spoilers. Warning: spoilers for this season of the Golden Bachelorette ahead. Does Golden Bachelorette contestant Chock leave? There is an explosive episode ahead for Joan Vassos on the Golden Bachelorette. Previews for this Wednesday night show the men with special guest Caitlin Bristow in Las Vegas. The men on the group date will be taking it all off for a good cause. The men will act as Chippendale dancers to raise money for cancer research. However, it is not the strip show that has everyone talking. It's the part where Chock says he is leaving. He is seen in the preview saying it's a fear of his and he doesn't know if he can do this. It shows him telling the other men he is going to leave. Chock also tells Joan he appreciates her more than she will ever know. He then gets into a waiting SUV. Is that the last of Chock? According to spoiler guru Reality Steve, it is not the last fans will see of Chock. Steve revealed on his daily podcast that he does not know exactly what happened that led to this departure. Now in a new preview, it seems Chock has to leave for a family emergency. His mother has stage 4 cancer and if something happens that leads him to return to her. Joan says in the preview that if he doesn't come back, it will change everything for her. The good news is that he will be back. There are scenes in Tahiti that clearly show Chock there. The only ones who went to Tahiti are the final 3. Therefore, whatever happens isn't permanent as Chock does go to the fantasy suites with Joan Vassos. Don't know to read if you do not want to know how far CK makes it. Reality Steve released final rose ceremony spoilers for Joan Vassos' season of the Golden Bachelorette. At first, he had it wrong. However, he found the correct information about who Joan chooses. According to Steve, Joan chooses to give her final rose to Chock at the end of her journey. While Steve is unsure if they got engaged, he is leaning more toward believing they did. He said he's heard rumblings that indicate an engagement happened. Steve also revealed that Chock and Joan are still a couple today. The world of reality television has long been captivated by the glamorous drama of dating shows. But when the Golden Bachelorette hit the screens, it flipped the familiar concept on its head. Rather than featuring fresh-faced 20-somethings navigating the highs and lows of romance, this show put the spotlight on women with decades of experience, wisdom, and resilience. A refreshing twist to the dating genre, the Golden Bachelorette introduced audiences to the hopefuls vying for the heart of the lead, a stunning woman in her golden years. This week, all eyes are on one contestant, Chock, a charismatic woman who has charmed the audience and the Bachelorette alike with her unique blend of sass, wit, and heart. But as the competition heats up and the roses become scarcer, rumors are swirling. Does Chock go home this week? A contestant who stands out. From the very beginning, Chock stood out among the contestants on the Golden Bachelorette. In her late 60s, Chock embodies a woman who has lived a full life, rich with experience, heartish, and growth. Her silver hair, always perfectly styled, and her eclectic sense of fashion, pairing bold patterns with bohemian accessories, set her apart visually from her fellow contestants. But it's her personality that has truly made her unforgettable. Chock's background is equally fascinating. Once a dancer, she spent her life moving to the rhythm of her own beat, a trait that's helped her weather the storms of love and loss. Her stories of travel, love affairs, and even heartbreak have endeared her to viewers and the Bachelorette herself. Chock's perspective on life is both grounded and adventurous, making her a fan favorite from the start. Yet with the show's dynamics becoming more intense, there's always that lingering question of who will get the next rose and who will be sent home. This week's tensions rise. This week's episode of The Golden Bachelorette promises to be an emotional roller coaster. As the number of contestants dwindles, the stakes get higher, and the Bachelorette's connections with each of the remaining women deepen. Chock, with her lively personality, has been at the center of several key moments this season. Whether it's the heart-to-heart conversations where she reveals her vulnerability or the playful interactions that leave both the Bachelorette and the audience in stitches, Chock has proven time and again that she's more than just a contender. She's a front-runner. But with deeper connections comes deeper conflict. As the competition tightens, Chock's laid-back nature might work against her. Other contestants, sensing that the final rose is within reach, have upped their game, becoming more assertive in their pursuit of the Bachelorette. This shift in dynamics has led to a palpable tension in the house, with contestants showing sides of themselves that they had previously kept hidden. In this week's previews, we see a few hints that suggest trouble for Chock. During a group date, she seems to hold back while the other women throw themselves into the challenge with enthusiasm. Is Chock losing her spark, or is she playing a more calculated game, knowing that the Bachelorette has already formed a strong bond with her? The connection with the Bachelorette. One of the key relationships this season has been between Chock and the Bachelorette. Their connection was evident from early on, with Chock being one of the first women to catch the Bachelorette's attention. Their shared love of adventure and travel brought them together, and their deep conversations about life, love, and loss solidified their bond. In previous episodes, the Bachelorette has often turned to Chock for comfort and insight, appreciating her wisdom and emotional intelligence. While other contestants have focused on physical chemistry or flashy displays of affection, Chock has quietly built a relationship based on trust and mutual understanding. However, the previews for this week hint at a potential crack in their relationship. In one scene, we see the Bachelorette questioning whether Chock is truly ready for a serious commitment at this stage in her life. Is she here for the right reasons? The Bachelorette muses in a confessional clip, leaving viewers to wonder if Chock's free-spirited nature might be mistaken for a lack of seriousness about the process. The rivals eyeing Chock's exit. While Chock has largely avoided the petty drama that often plagues reality TV dating shows, it's clear that some of the other contestants view her as a threat. Over the past few episodes, subtle jabs and comments have been made about Chock's approach to the competition. Some of the women believe that Chock isn't taking the process seriously enough, while others are simply envious of the strong connection she has with the Bachelorette. This week, it appears that one contestant in particular, Lisa, has her sights set on pushing Chock out of the competition. Lisa, who has been vying for the Bachelorette's attention with a more aggressive approach, has made no secret of her belief that Chock is holding back. In a particularly tense moment from the previews, we see Lisa confronting Chock, accusing her of not being all in when it comes to winning the Bachelorette's heart. The confrontation seems to rattle Chock, and for the first time, we see her questioning her place in the competition. "Maybe I'm not cut out for this," Chock says in a confessional, her voice tinged with doubt. Could this be a sign that Chock is ready to bow out of the competition voluntarily? Spoilers and speculation. While the network has been tight-lipped about who goes home this week, fans have been speculating wildly. Some believe that Chock's growing self-doubt and the mounting pressure from the other contestants could lead to her elimination. Others, however, are convinced that the producers are simply trying to mislead the audience with clever editing and that Chock will, in fact, receive another rose.